One of the key attitudes shared by all the great musicians is easy to overlook, but it's incredibly powerful, and that is curiosity. In this video, I'll show you why it is just so important, and I'll give you some ideas on how you can develop a more curious attitude for yourself. Now, the attitudes that we hold have a huge impact on the actions that we actually take, what we physically do in the world. And it's these actions that really determine how much progress we make as musicians, how far and how fast we go. Now, you need to take risks in order to really achieve everything that you're capable of. For the first place, if you want to get to the next level, you have to push beyond what you're comfortable doing now. You have to practice and work on those things that are difficult for you, that are beyond your current capabilities. And it's exactly the same when it comes to actually delivering your best performances as well. If you're taking no risks at all, then you are literally playing within yourself. You're well within your comfort zone, not pushing the boundaries at all. And okay, maybe you're not going to make so many mistakes, but the chances of you actually doing the best that you can, well, they're just non-existent. Now, if you're concerned with playing correctly, and naturally most of us do tend to fall into this category, this can cause problems. It can lead you to be very defensive in your attitude and potentially lead to a bit of anxiety and worry. And this is because when your measure of success is playing correctly, not making any mistakes, then all the risks are only on one side of the equation. On the downside, there's no way you can achieve higher than playing correctly. That's the end of the scale. But there's 1,000,001 different ways that you can fall short, that you can feel like you've failed to achieve that. I'd love to know if you are someone who likes to take risks, or if you're more comfortable playing it safe. You can just type risks or safe in the comments below. Now, it's all very well deciding, hey, I don't want to have this defensive attitude anymore. I don't want to judge myself purely on correctness. But how do you practically change that? Because it's not as simple as just saying, hey, I'm going to move away from that, and it happens. For one thing, trying deliberately not to think of something is a really bad way of doing it. As soon as you try and avoid thinking of something, it's just going to keep popping into your mind. And secondly, being correct, playing things precisely, is not a bad thing. In fact, it's definitely a good thing. So as much as you're consciously saying, I don't want to worry about playing things correctly, your subconscious is going to be going, well, wait a minute, that is important, that is a good thing, and it's going to be fighting you. So if you want to change this, it's no good just saying, okay, I don't want to play things correctly anymore, I don't want to make mistakes. You'll never believe that. You have to substitute some other idea for it that is a positive thing, that you will recognize as something good that you can move towards, rather than trying to kid yourself that getting everything right is a bad thing, because it's clearly not. And the positive thing that you can substitute instead is curiosity. Now, curiosity frees you up to be open and take risks in a really positive way, because there is no failure with this way of looking at things. It's clearly a good thing to be curious about going for new things, extending your potential. And if something doesn't work out for some reason, that's a great learning experience. This is something that you can see as positive and get behind that way of doing things. So it turns out that the top musicians are almost inevitably curious people. And it's this curiosity that leads them to be open to taking risks, both in terms of new directions, new things they're trying, and going for it in performance and in practice. And in order to take those risks successfully, they have to work on the mental skills that will allow them to do that. And this can get them into a nice positive feedback loop Whereas the more that they take risks and the more that they develop their ability to do that, the bigger the rewards and the easier it is for them to go round the circle next time. But there are some other bonuses as well. Getting into the zone, being in the flow state, this is something that happens most naturally to us. We're most primed for it when there is some risk involved. So if you want to have that joyous experience of just being in the moment playing music and be playing at the top of your abilities, risk is an important part of that, and curiosity will help you get there. Plus, this curiosity that's going to drive that risk-taking is naturally going to lead you to develop a bit more of your own individual voice. You're no longer playing it safe and just going down the path that is mapped out for everyone, but you're exploring, you're trying new things, and you can't help but learn a little bit more about who you are as a musician and develop something that is uniquely you. So I encourage you to get curious, put that as one of your main goals and give this a try. Now, if you'd like to make a start on adopting more productive attitudes, then you should definitely check out my free ebook, Unshakable Foundations. And this covers the 9 key mindsets that all the top performers share. And if you want to go really deep into this stuff, then you could check out my in-depth course, Unlock Your Performance. And I'll put links to both of these in the description below. I've been Mark Morley-Fletcher. Thanks so much for watching. Please click below to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And while you're down there, why not hit the share button to pass this video on to other musicians? Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.